Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Goblin's Cave. And with me today, I have the man himself, D'Angelo, yeah I played with that, Charles. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well this evening.
Good, good. I'm glad you could be here and help me out with the show. Boy, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Magic is changing.
Magic is changing, bad cards are being printed, and I want to use them all.
There are a lot of bad cards, but there's surprisingly a lot of good cards too. Return to Ravnica's got some gifts for everybody.
Yeah, like, so far, just looking at the prices of, like, the pre-orders and everything, this is going to be, without a doubt, the highest grossing Magic set in history.
I hope you all pre-ordered your cases.
And if not, buy them from me. I'll charge a measly 200%.
You can't beat that, folks. So the spoilers are out. At the time of this recording, 270 of the 274 cards have been spoiled.
Right.
Which ones have really kind of stood out to you?
Well, as everyone knows, I'm a control player. So, of course, the control cards. But I don't want to talk about, the cards that everyone's like, oh, look, Supreme Verdict. Oh, look, the Change of Fear. I want to talk about cards that not everyone's going to just be like, oh, look. The cards that made me go, Like, the first one I really want to talk, I'm going to save it for last. I think that's my favorite one, so I'm going to save that for last. We're going to start off with Sphinx's Revelations.
Okay, now why don't you tell us what that does?
Sphinx's Revelation is an instant. It's X, white, blue, blue. Draw X cards, gain X life. Now, everyone knows life gain is bad. Except when it has a useful ability attached to it. You have Pristine Talisman, Batter Skull, Worm Core Engine, but all of those are leaving. So, as a control player, I would need another way to gain life. Now, if it was just X, target player gains X life, I wouldn't play it.
No.
But the fact that it's an instant and it's reminiscent of Blue Sun Zenith, like, there's very little difference between blue, blue, blue and white, blue, blue. Except, now you're playing white.
Well, it should be easier to cast, obviously,
right,
in a blue-white control deck. I mean, triple blue isn't always the easiest thing to get when you're playing things like Ghost Quarter. Even some of the blue-white control decks play Cavern of Souls just to make sure that their big threat hits. 2 blue and a single white is better than 3 blue, obviously. Being instant speed is amazing. Gaining that life makes you feel not so bad about tapping out.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I can take this hit from that creature because I'm gonna gain 6 life at the end of my opponent's turn.
Right. And assuming, like, let's say you cast a Supreme Verdict to turn before or a Terminus, then that life gain becomes that much more relevant because you're not just gaining life and getting back in a race, but you're refueling your hand so that you can cast your next Supreme Verdict, your next Detention Sphere, your next Jace. Like, because even, let's say you just, the game's going along, you cast Terminus, play your land, you're drawing 4 cards with that 7 mana. And every control player loves to draw 4 cards.
I think Gilded Lotus is a card that it should see some more play. You look at the cards that blue and white are going to be playing. Okay, you've got Entreat the Angels,
Expensive.
Terminus,
Expensive.
this new Sphinx's Revelation.
Expensive.
Some of the new fatties that are coming out.
Some good fatties.
Gilded Lotus helps you get those out and leave up counter magic. You know? Like leave up a negate for that removal spell or leave open that mana so you can also O-ring something, What else got your attention?
The second card that, was looking that got my attention was actually Niv Mizzet Draco Genius. We're not talking about the name here. I like it in a control deck because you're not going to be casting it turn 6. Most likely you're going to cast it turn 8 and you have 2 mana. And it's similar to Consecrated Sphinx a little bit, except it's also creature removal. Like, every control deck wants more ways to remove creatures. Like, you don't draw when you remove creatures, but it's a red and a colorless. You can ping a creature or a player. You ping a player, you draw a card. Or you can just attack with them and draw a card. So he has 2 ways to draw a card. He's a great investment in your mana because if you can untap with him, then you can just go crazy.
Go crazy.
So I really like this Niv Mizzet Draco Genius, maybe as a 1 or 2 of as a finisher. And he's also good against creature decks because like that 5 toughness rather, is going to be very important because Myzium Mortals will see play, and it will be overloaded.
Yep.
Like when Lightning Bolt was in standard, 3 was the magic number. When Myzium Mortals is in standard, 5 is the magic number. You have to bypass 4 toughness.
Now that Dismember is gone, 5 is the new
4.
toughness.
Yeah. 5 is the new 6.
That dragon seems like he likes Gilded Lotus too. What else you got for us?
Okay. My little spicy tidbit. It's a harmless 0/3, but it does not have Defender. It's a 0/3 that can attack.
Yep.
And you know how much damage the thing does when it attacks?
It's a 0/3.
Yes.
I'm guessing it does 1 damage.
No, none at all. But don't worry, it doesn't attack. It blocks. And the best part about blockers are blockers with flash. Because you know your opponent swings all in, flash blocker. Now, a blocker with flash is only good if it can kill something. Like you don't want to, flash in a wall. Like, block, your guy lives. Is it static casters? I'm going to read this. 1 blue, 1 red, 1 colorless. It has flash, and it has haste. It has ability, a relevant ability. You tap it to deal 1 damage to target creature. That is really good. Just tap it, 1 damage to target creature.
But wait, there's more.
Oh! And to each creature that shares a name with that creature. That means you swing it with a bunch of Strangle guys. I cast
like 4 of them.
4 of them in Abacus Pilgrim. I cast it, block the Pilgrim, wipe out your Strangle Roots, and then find a way to deal with the new ones.
You play another one.
That works too.
Hey.
Like, Demon Souls is what every deck uses to just sit back and relax. But they don't expect all the Living Souls just buy. Or even if it's a human deck. Let's say you have 2 Izzet Sedimenters out. They go have a whole bunch of guys the same name? Not anymore.
Yep. Thalia, Knight of Glory, all these 1-drops, Dryad Militant, they all share a 1 toughness.
Yeah. And the best part about the Dryad Militant is if you're a Snapcaster deck, you don't really want to Pillar of Flames this guy or to use a spell to remove him, since that spell will be exiled before he dies. But by using a creature, 1, it's repeated removal, and it doesn't get exiled.
I think that could be an awesome card. It keeps Gravecrawler in check, Diagraph Ghoul in check.
All the grave crawlers.
Yeah. That could definitely be a card to watch. I totally see that.
Were there any cards that you were looking at?
As a matter of fact, Rakdos Cackler.
Or should I say,
this card is crazy good. 1 red or 1 black.
Oh, it's a hybrid card?
Sure is.
Okay.
And it's a 1/1, and it has that crazy ability, I don't know what it's called.
Unleash.
Unleash. Where it can come into play with a +1/+1 counter on it, but it loses the ability to block. Blocking, I don't even like that idea anyway. So the fact that I could pay 1 black or 1 red and get a 2/2.
A 2/2? So you mean it's awesome. A 1 mana creature that doesn't trade with an Arbor Elf? Wow.
It's awesome.
If it had haste and revealed the top land card, it'll be even amazing.
Now you mix that with my second card that I'm interested in on this set, Ash Zealot.
That card, I like. It punishes graveyard strategies.
2 red, 2/2, first strike, haste, and if anybody tries to flash anything back out of their graveyard or whatever, 3 damage.
Wait, 3.
3.
Whew.
That's pretty awesome. 2/2 first strike haste, I would buy a playset. Now you mix in the fact that every time my opponent flashes back their Lingering Souls to try and chump block my guys, they're going to take 3 damage for that anyway. And then I'm just going to kill their guys anyway.
And the best part about that guy, it doesn't say whenever they cast an instant or sorcery. It says whenever they cast a card.
Gravecrawler, take 3. I love that.
Gravecrawler can't even block. You just took 5, thank you.
Snapcasters, Unburial Rites, all of that stuff. You're taking 3 each time. So I love that.
And that first strike, I
huge.
love is that means that they can't go, oh, Snapcaster block.
Yeah.
Like, no. Not gonna work, buddy.
Love it. And because he's got haste too, it's like unsummon's not so bad. Like you play a 2-1. Let's just say you play a turn 1 Stromkirk Noble or the Cackler or something like that, and then to follow it up with a 2-powered haste guy, and then just swing it for 4 or something. Like every red deck wants to be doing that. Especially if your opponent starts off with an untapped Temple Garden or something. You know, it's like, boom, you're at 14 already. And I get to untap and kill all your guys. You know, Flames of the Firebrand or something.
Like it's going to be a really fast deck.
My third card is Annihilating Fire.
I like the name.
So it's, let me just double check it here. But it's 1 and 2 red. And it's an instant. And it's a common. So what it does is, alright, 1 and 2 red, instant. Annihilating Fire deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead.
So it's Pillar of Flame.
Pillar of Flame.
But instant.
Instant, 3 damage.
And 3 damage.
So, Messenger's exiled, Gravecrawler exiled, Stranglerootgeist exiled, anything good is just exiled that you want to kill. That's sweet. But you can also just go to the dome with it too, which is my personal favorite thing. So, seems good to me.
Yeah, I like it. It like gets rid of a lot of problems that you're going to have to be going against.
Like Dreg Mangler. Well, suddenly you can't scavenge that thing because it's exiled.
Right, and Pillar of Flame is not even good against Drag Mangler because he has 3 toughness. So this thing, you know, Drag Mangler, bye.
Bye-bye. So those are my 3 cards. Rakdos, Cackler, Ash Zealot, and Annihilating Fire. Is it a coincidence that they're all cards for mono red?
I think it's the same coincidence as all mine are cards for control.
Hey. It's our show.
Well, speaking of control, I was talking to a lot of players because whenever I have bad ideas, it's always, you know, smart to talk to other players so they can tell you that these are bad ideas. Everyone says that in a new format, you want to be aggro instead of control.
Because true.
They say the nature of a control deck is you have you know what you want, and you build your deck to specifically control certain matchups with how you want. But I want to challenge that. I want to say, if you know what you're going to expect, because see, a control deck doesn't know what it's going to go against. I don't care what the deck is, even if it's blue-white control. When they say, oh, we're going to go against a lot of Valakut decks, you don't know that 100% sure. You're just assuming you're going to go against Valakut decks.
Prediction.
Right. So, in a new format, if everyone that says, oh, we're going to play aggro, we're going to play aggro, we're going to play aggro, then you can realistically build a control deck knowing I need this control deck to be good against aggro. So you don't have to have an established metagame. Like you don't have to say, oh, I'm going to have this, this, this. You just have a rough skeleton because you realize that you're going to play Miz and Mortars to get rid of... No creature really has 4 toughness or 5 toughness, so Miz and Mortars, you're going to want to play Terminus. You know what you're expecting. You know you're expecting swarms and swarms of creatures. And the answer to swarms and swarms of creatures is board wipe. So just cram your deck full of board wipes. Throw some planeswalkers in there. You don't even need counter spells to control deck now, since nothing can be countered.
Now, sweepers is maybe effective against like a white-based human deck, or a green-white aggro. But against zombies, where half their guys come back from the dead, board sweepers aren't as effective. But you can make deck choices to help you out with that, though, right?
Right.
I mean,
like, since I'm, stasis later on this year, and I'm expecting a lot of zombies. So, 4 Terminus. Even if I have to find a way to get to 6 mana, I'm sending all of those undead guys to the back of your mind, just bottom of your library. I don't want them coming back.
Gilded Lotus helps you get to 6 mana. I'm just saying. Just saying.
And these Azur's Charm mana up for...
Sure does. So lots of Terminuses. Pillar of Flame is obviously going to be a 4 of in a lot of decks.
And Azur's Charm, that like the ability to condemn and skip their draw step is really good. Like, before when I first read, I'm like, oh, it doesn't even send it to the bottom. This card is awful. But then I thought of myself, wait, they skip their draw step. They have to draw. They have to not only draw that creature again, but cast it.
If it's a messenger, it's not the best deal ever, but
if it's a grave crawler,
if it's like a highborn ghoul or something like that.
Like, or what if, it's another control deck, they have a huge, let's say they have a Niv Mizzet. They just spend all this money on this Niv Mizzet attack, put it on top.
Yeah, I mean that ability certainly is good to put a creature instantly on the top of their deck. And I get what you're talking about with the ability to predict a heavy aggro environment, but I feel like the predictable aggro environment for states this year, there's really only a couple options for the aggro decks.
Right.
It's going to be black-based zombie, whether it's black-green or black-red.
Yep.
It's going to be white humans. Seems to be the other most logical choice. And then there's always somebody out there who, for some reason, thinks they can get mono red to work. So those are the aggro decks that I would be concerned about. And if you've got answers for white, maybe with that 0-3 haste cunning spark mage type guy,
yes,
which would do some work.
He blocks all of their guys because all their guys are 2 power.
Or whether you're playing Pillars of Flame and Terminus to help you against the zombie matchup, which are also good against the white. I mean, I think what you're saying is it's possible to play control, and I'm agreeing with you. I think it is possible to play control. If I was going to do it, I would play red-white or red-blue-white.
Right.
Because having Think Twice and Thought Scour to help just get cards, see more cards. And if you're playing Snapcasters, like turn 1 you Thought Scour yourself, get a Pillar of Flame into the graveyard. That's not so bad if you drew one of your Snapcasters.
Right. Oh, and some people may wonder how come we're always talking about red or white and blue control and not like red white control or blue black. Is about the dual lands. Like Boros and Dimir aren't in this block or aren't in this set. So we don't have Watery Grave yet. We don't have Sacred Foundry yet. So we can't do blue black control or Esper control because
the mana's just not there. It's not as good.
Yeah, like it's there, but it's not where you want it to be.
When you are facing down a turn 1 dude, turn 2 dude, turn 3 dude, you want to have consistent mana base. You don't want to be mulliganing all the time. You don't want to be forced to have every land pay 2 life for it to come into play untapped or something, or have every land come into play tapped because it's Guildgate. Because you can't, because you don't have the Sacred Foundry or the Watery Grave or something.
Right.
Blue, red, white certainly is probably the best combination for control. I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah.
And you've got Jace, you've got Tameo, whatever other Planeswalkers people might play, which I don't think there's many more than that are worth playing in control.
Speaking of Planeswalkers, Vraska the Unseen reminds me that Jund mid-range is going to be another deck that's going to show up.
Yep. Huntmasters, Thragtusks, Pillars, Bonfires, Farseek for ramp. Garrett Relentless, Olivia. Falconwrath, Aristocrat. I mean, when you look at decks that have done well in the past, sometimes just cramming a deck with every best card, like it's a deck of rares and mythic rares.
Sugar, spice, and everything mythic.
You're just like, yep, if it's $20 or more, it's going in. And that's kind of what you get with like a Jund mid-range deck. I mean, it has some potential. And
the best part that I do enjoy about the mid-range deck is Huntmaster gains you life. Thragtusk gains you life. Olivia is repeated removal. All these things are really good against the human deck. They're good against the zombie deck. Like, this mid-range strategy is good against both control strategies and aggro strategies. Like, this it fits the definition of mid-range, like, harmoniously. It's like, yes, I'm going to win on turn 9 or turn 7. And I'm going to stabilize too. Or if it's control deck, I'm going to cast this Huntmaster, force you to do something. I'm going to cast Thragtusk. I don't care if you turn it. I'll have a 3-3. I'm going to 2-for-1 you. This mid-range deck, like Jund, it's all about the 2-for-1s. Like, if you're playing against control deck and you cast Vraska, like if you are going against aggro deck, they play Vraska, you don't care. You just attack them. They get the assassins, you just attack and kill them. But against control deck, Vraska's -3 is going to be a real problem. Like, she just says, I kill your planeswalkers. Now, the last time we had a planeswalker to kill a planeswalker, other, of course, than a Niv Mizzet, was Karn.
Also, Sorin could do it.
Oh, yeah, Sorin. Oh, the new Sorin. Okay. Right. And no one really was... Even about Sorin. When a player casts Sorin in a control matchup, you don't think much of it. Not till it gets around 5 or 6 loyalty. Because then you're like, okay, yeah, now he can start destroying stuff. When planeswalkers have the ability to destroy something, that's when they demand attention. Vraska can come out and immediately destroy something. Waste your turns plus in her game. Her plus doesn't really do anything, but just leaving her on 6-7 counters, or just taking up every turn doing nothing. Your opponent cannot play a Jace. He can't play a Temple. He can't play anything. He can't even play a creature until he does something about her first.
I also like, not only does Jund get an excellent planeswalker, but Dreadbore, Abrupt Decay, very, very playable 2-drops for the Jund deck. And a card that a lot of people have forgotten about, Rolling Temblor. 2 in a red, Pyroclasm. I don't think it can hit flyers, though.
It's not. Yeah, it's not flyers.
But it's got flashback, which may or may not come into play.
I like it.
So we've got some decks we're gonna play together. We gotta use some proxies, obviously. We're gonna use the post-rotation standard. So we're gonna have some Return to Ravnica in our lists. Yes. I'm sure you are all excited to see what we've come up with. We're going to be playing some mid-range Jund, which is my personal deck choice, I guess you could say. And he's going to be playing a deck that is also very good. A white weenie aggro.
Yeah, no, you didn't expect me to play aggro, did you?
Actually, we'll probably end up switching decks. Because I'm more of the aggro player and he's probably more of the mid-range controlling type player. So, to give you guys the best match possible, we'll probably switch around a little bit.
He's gonna win.
I'm gonna play white. Just a quick rundown of some of the creatures. I'm gonna be playing Champion of the Parish, 4 War Falcons.
Which is gonna... Don't just dismiss it yet. Don't dismiss it yet.
Don't dismiss that. 4 Dryad Militants. So that's 12 1-drops with 2 power. 4 Attendant Azorius Arrestor, which is the 1 in a white. 2/1 when it comes into play, detain something. We're going to be playing some Thalia's Knight of Glory.
Have you thought about Princeton Captain?
Have considered Precinct Captain. I don't think it's a bad card. I just like the role players that I get in Thalia and Knight of Glory a little bit better. 4 Bond of Faith.
Why would you play Bonds of Faith?
'Cause it's really good, actually. You can put it on a Thragtusk.
Oh, okay.
Or you can put it on your Champion of the Parish.
Okay.
And it's sweet like that.
So it's removal, or it's a pump?
It's removal or a pump spell. So like against control, you're going to throw it on your dude to get in there. Against like another deck, let's just say your opponent plays a Dross Messenger. Or your opponent plays Thragtusk. And you're just
Messenger,
like...
bro.
It's like a pacifism.
Put it on your lot lift troll. Wait,
yeah.
LOL.
Yeah, why not? So, and then in the 3 drops, we're going to be playing 4 of the Layev Sky Knights. 3/1 flyers for 1 blue or white.
Which always sounds good. 3/1 flyers.
Comes into play, detain something. 4 Silver Blade Paladins.
Woo, bond him with the 3/1 flyer.
So good. And then 2 Fiend Hunters.
Fiend Hunters is actually interesting.
Just to finish up the 3 drops. No 4 drops. And then all the blue, white dual lands, some caverns, plains. Put a nice little bow on it, and it's good to go. And we've already talked a lot about the Gen deck. We've already listed most of the cards. So we're going to go ahead and get that ready and get that going. Keep watching. Thanks. Alright, so our play session has started. I'm Brendan, and I'm playing White Weenie. And that's D'Angelo.
I'm D'Angelo. I'm playing Jund.
So we're excited about these 2 decks because we think that these are 2 very legitimate decks. Would you agree?
Yes. Looks like a blast to play.
Especially Jund looks really fun. So many cool options, so many good cards.
Yeah, it's like full of 2-for-1s. It's not that aggressive. Like, it just wants to resolve 1 or 2 creatures. And it's more like, it's like mid-range control-ish. Because it's not, you can't really be considered an aggro deck.
So we're gonna get it started here soon. We're gonna play best of 5. We're only gonna play with our main decks because sideboarding is kind of a waste of time at this point. We're just trying to get an idea if the deck type is good. Now, if you pay much attention at all to Magic, you've probably already seen a couple videos where people have already playtested some of these decks. You probably haven't seen White Weenie yet. That's a deck that personally I think has a legitimate shot. Jund is going to be a deck that you'll see at States for sure. There's no question about it. It's just a matter of
How much?
Yeah, how much will you see it and what builds exactly.
Yeah, there are literally like a million ways to build this deck.
Yep. So let's roll it up here. We'll go high roll. 7.
7.
11.
Don't think I'll beat that.
Oh, 12.
The fates have guided me.
Oh, snap. Would you like to play or draw?
I would like to play.
Seems good. Seems good. Now, obviously, we have some proxies in here. I am playing the blue-white list that I put together with the help of these guys. If you can read that, that is Azorius Arrestor and the Layev Sky Knight. So it's kind of like a white beatdown with detain to help it push through.
This is my hand, and I am going to keep.
Snap keep.
Snap keep.
All right, your choice.
Blood Crypt, tapped, and I pass turn.
Are you sure you don't want to pay some life on that?
I thought about it.
And go ahead.
Draw.
I do play 12 1-drops. Did not find one.
Alright, control a swamp, so Woodland Cemetery. And I will far seek for another Blood Crypt. And I will be done after that. I won't pay life for that one either.
Okay. Well, we're gonna throw down an Elite Inquisitor, which I just replaced Thalia's with these due to the expectation of the popularity of zombies to be ridiculous. Plus, protection from zombies, vampires, and werewolves is better than just against zombies. Olivia can't shoot it down or block it. Nighthawk can't block it. All sorts of werewolves are in standard too. And there's a Liliana.
-1 target you.
-2.
-2 target you.
I will sacrifice that one.
You may go. That guy put a damper on my plans.
Alright. We'll throw down here. How many cards you got over there?
In hand, 4.
Knight of Glory.
Oh, good, another one.
Your turn.
Untap, draw. I will +1 Liana.
Yep.
I'll discard an Overgrown Tomb.
Okay.
Play Keswick Wolfrun.
Yep.
Drop a Huntmaster, trigger.
Yep.
I'll get a wolf, and I gain 2 life.
Alright, you're at 22.
And I'm done.
Okie doke.
Why'd it have to be pro-black?
Well, that's why I chose to play him over like an arrestor or something, just to try and get around any removal and try and kill Liliana as quickly as I could. Alright, Silverblade Paladin, and I'll bond, and I'll attack triggering Exalted, and I will attack Liliana.
So it is a 3
3/2 double strike.
double block.
Okay. Pass the turn.
Draw.
Vraska.
I will use her -3, destroy him.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Play a War Falcon. And an Arrestor, and I will arrest Liliana. And I'll pass the turn.
Draw.
Miracling of Bonfire. Seems good, but 2 planeswalkers out.
3.
17.
I will plus Vraska and pass turn.
Sky Knight. Retaining Liliana. Go ahead.
I wrote to game.
Okay.
Draw. I will plus Vraska
Okay.
and pass turn.
How many does Vraska need to ultimate?
7.
I will arrest Liliana. Go ahead. Probably the deck with the most removal over there.
Destroy Elite Inquisitor.
Yep. Vraska's not a vampire, is she?
You may go. She's a Gorgon.
Let's see here. Let's play a Dryad Militant. Let's attack Liliana.
Tango down.
And pass the turn.
Draw. Oh, plus Vraska.
Yep.
Pillar Dryad.
Okay.
You may go. And do you remember what her plus does?
Any creature that damages it dies.
Yes.
Vraska.
Pump.
Okay. Champion.
Yep.
Knight of Glory. Trigger on the champion.
Woo!
Go ahead.
Draw something that's not a land here.
Bonfire. Oh, that's pretty good.
Sacrifice a creature.
I will choose the champion.
You may go.
I will trigger my knight at Liliana.
She takes 3.
And I will pass the turn.
Draw. Go.
I will 3 you.
I take 3.
Put you at 19.
That was my first damage.
Yep. I've been killing planeswalkers. Play a falcon. Go.
Put an overgrown tomb and play tapped.
Okay.
I will end my turn. That happens to be a knight, doesn't it?
Yep. Bonds of Faith.
Yeah!
6.
I would take 6.
You're at 13. Go.
Instead, pump him.
Okay. Miracle Bonfire.
Not nearly as good. Pillar.
Pillar got there.
You
Wow, that Bonds of Faith is pretty good. Making my Knight of Glory pillar proof. 5.
Take 5, sadly.
You're at 8. Your turn.
I need to draw some type of threat. Overgrown tomb tapped.
Yep.
You may go.
5 you.
Yeah.
You're at 3. Go ahead.
Drawn out. Farsi.
I have Arrestor, Sky Knight, and Fiend Hunter still. All 3 can remove blockers. In case you ripped a Huntmaster or something.
You don't like blockers?
I do not like blockers. I like attacking. So that game kind of came down to I play 36 creatures.
Wait, are you serious?
Well, let's do the math. I play 12 1-drops, 12 2-drops,
24.
and 10 3-drops. I play 34 creatures.
Die. Hopefully a mix of, you know, blocking and dying. It does that. I'll play first again.
Okay.
Okay, this is a slower hand, but I'm still gonna keep.
I have a fantastic hand.
I will go Overgrown Tomb and pass.
I think this hand gets there against a lot of opponents. Go.
Now, we know he has a lot of creatures, so we're gonna just kill it now.
It is dead.
You may go.
Go. That is an Azorius Arrestor, 2-1. When it comes into play, detain something, but unfortunately my opponent has nothing to detain.
You may go.
And we'll play a Silver Blade and give the Arrestor double strike. Swinging for 4.
I take 4.
Your turn.
Draw.
Pillar. Paladin down.
You may go.
You have 2 Overgrowns.
2 Overgrowns, and I missed the land drop.
So you might have a Decay. Let's see if you have a Decay. Swing for 4.
Take 4.
Your turn.
Draw. That's always bad.
Pillar number 3.
Pillar number 3. You may go. Some land would be nice.
I've got all the land. 2.
Take 2.
You're at 10. Sky Knight.
Yep.
Go.
Second guy.
Arrestor goes down.
You may go. Still want some land.
Attack you for 3.
Yep.
You're at 7. War Falcon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Draw.
Sky Knight is a human knight.
Thank you, land. What am I at?
7.
I will plus Leon, discard Vraska, cast Olivia, and pass turn.
Yep, Olivia's pretty good. Fiend Hunter her. Yep. Hit you with this and Lily with that. Might put you at 4. Your turn.
Draw. Thragtusk.
Put you to 9.
You may go.
Arrest it.
Yep.
Swing for 6.
Take 6.
You're at 3. Go.
Draw. Thragtusk.
You go up to 8.
Blood Crypton play tapped, and you may go.
Fly over 4, 5.
Take 5.
You're at 3. Go.
Draw. Garrick.
Okay.
Fight Fiend Hunter.
Okay.
Garrick flips. You may go.
That's an Arrestor and a Sky Knight.
Now, I did have the gear earlier, but I really wanted the life. I didn't want to have to fight and then have him arrest Olivia and die. So I waited to cast a Garrett till I can actually have the mana to use Olivia.
Attack with the Sky Knight.
I'm going to block the Sky Knight with Olivia.
Okay.
Do 1 damage to your War Falcon.
Okay. And I'm just gonna scoop it up.
Yeah.
Tight games. Of course, gaining 10 with the frag tusks.
And you're still attacking. It's like Night Thragtusk, bro.
What I like is that Thragtusk didn't stop this deck at all.
Right.
Like, I had a ground creature, but I was able to arrest the Thragtusk, and then I was able to fly over the Thragtusks. You know.
Like, each Thragtusk literally just bought me 1 turn.
Yeah.
Like, it did nothing else.
It was like a time walk that tapped you out.
So you're gonna draw so that you can see more cards in your library?
So I'm hoping to, while I'm on the play, get a turn 1, 2 power creature, I mean.
This hand is so good, but we can't keep. Like, look at this.
I have 2 War Falcons that can't attack at all.
It's like Fiend Hunter, he's a cleric.
Like, I know that right there is a downside of this. I have 2 Fiend Hunters. They're the only non-knights, non-soldiers. But that's going to happen every now and then. The Falcons are not knights or soldiers, obviously. But I have 30 other creatures that are. Half of the deck allows my Falcons to attack.
If you had put any of your 2-drops.
Yeah, if I'd have pulled a 2-drop, I would have been a little bit safer. Especially if it had been a knight that I could put one of the Bonds of Glory on. I mean, Bond of Faith. So it's out of Pillar and Bonfire range. This is definitely a keep.
Okay, so we have this extremely slow hand, but we're going to try it. This hand's awful.
This hand is awesome. Champion, go.
That's exactly what we did not want to see. Go. And this is something that can happen when you're playing this deck.
Champion trigger. 2.
18.
Dryad Militant.
Okay, this clock might be too fast. Blood Crypt and play tapped. You know that Blood Crypt was a lifesaver. It means that we get to cast our spells on turn 4.
Silverblade Paladin trigger.
Yeah, we're gonna die by the time we can cast these Hunt
I'm
Masters.
Soul Bond with the 3/3. We're gonna swing for 6, 7, 8. Swing for 10.
Yep.
You're at 8. Go.
Yeah, we're gonna die before we can cast a Hunt Master. That.
Bonfire Miracle for 1.
Go ahead.
Doesn't help you much.
Where am I at?
You're at 8. Knight of Glory. Trigger. Combat.
We're gonna Abrupticate a Champion of the Parish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
You're at 1.
So good.
Go ahead.
So, we really want this guy to survive.
Should I show you the Fiend Hunter?
Let's see. Find, exile, block, die. Okay, so in our hand we had Abrupt Decay, 2 Hunt Masters, and Garrick. And you have the Inlet.
This deck just seems like it can be really fast.
Yeah. I didn't even think my hand was that slow. And then I drew the Blood Crypt, which means that all my lands come and play untap now. And so I was happy. I'm like, oh, okay, I could probably stabilize. Then you go Silverblade Paladin. Swing 10U.
It's here for this deck to be good. You know, it's just fast. Anytime you have a blazing fast deck, you're gonna win games just on sheer speed alone.
Once again, we have another slow hand, but this one has this and these, so we're gonna keep.
This has 2 creatures, a bond, and 4 land.
So we're gonna keep.
I'm gonna toss this one back. I'm really looking for a 1-drop. I gotta start the pressure early. And the number 3 and number 4 land are basically dead cards to me anyway. So that was practically a... I mean, that was just a bad hand. Like, Bonds of Faith is a card you want when your opponent has exhausted their removal. You know, then you can use it to pump up your last creature that, you know, the last one that they didn't have the removal spell for. And then you can slam down Bonds of Faith on your guy and go to town. Or you want it when they play like a Thragtusk or something, but I don't really want it in my opening hand. I just want dudes. I just want a bunch of 1-drops and 2-drops.
All that 2 power. That up fast.
Alright, we'll keep.
Okay, I'll put
an arrestor.
Dragon Skull Summon and play tapped to name my turn.
War Falcon, go.
Yeah. I'm gonna play basic forest, and then I'm gonna Farseek for Blood Crypt in my turn. Like, I'm really liking Farseek. I'm glad you convinced me to play it.
Oh, I wouldn't play that deck without 4. There's not a chance. Inquisitor, swing for 2.
I take 2.
Your turn. That deck just gets so much better with the Farseeks. Searching out shocklands.
I'm gonna Liliana, and I'm gonna -2 target you. Tragic Slip. You may go.
War Falcon.
Yep.
And we're going to arrest Liliana.
Yep.
Go.
Thragtusk.
23.
You may go.
Bonds of Faith on the Thragtusk. Attack you, attack Lily.
Yep.
21.
I really wanted Abrupt Decay.
Go ahead.
Draw. Thragtusk.
Alright, 26.
And you may go.
I'm so glad I have flying in this deck. 2.
No blocks.
24. Go.
Draw.
I'll skip.
5.
I have got 2 land in my hand.
That was a good top deck.
That's why you play 3 of those. Alright, we have taken turns winning games.
Like, being on the play is really, really important.
I think everybody that's been on the play has won. I think that is right. I'm glad I'm on the play for game 5. I'll keep.
I'll keep.
Go.
Well,
I got another 4-lander here, which is not good.
that's always good for us to no creatures in the red zone, since both my lands are going to come and play tapped in past turn. Like, I won't really have a good play until turn 4, which is bad, but his start is a lot slower than before. And then we have spells to cast. Target yourself. That's what I like with those. They all say an opponent controls.
That's true.
You may go.
It does say an opponent. Silverblade.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Go.
That's bad. That doesn't even help. We are way behind, guys. Farseek for an overgrown tomb.
Yep. Do you have a land drop following that? No. I think you're in trouble here.
This is bad.
I have all the land.
Take 8. Or you're debating if it's really
6, 8. Put you at 8. And we'll pass the turn. After I play that.
We really needed a land there and a land in hand. Like, we need to draw
Bonfire.
Land. You got it. Oh wait. I do have that. Dreadbore.
Dreadbore seems good.
And you may go. Wow, I cannot believe I'm not getting land in the crucial game.
Nope, you aren't, are you?
Like, we need land.
Like a woodland cemetery. Knight of Glory. Exalted for 3.
Yeah, this is so bad.
You're at 5, and go.
Land? Go ahead. I have to discard.
Oh,
Wait. I don't have to discard. This seems to be smart. Bonfire you for 1. That does work somewhat.
That does seem like a good plan. I'm at 19. 19.
But we really need land so we can start casting.
So what do you need over there?
Anything.
Some land? Champion. Arrestor, trigger. Go.
What's my life?
5.
Draw. Thank you.
Huntmaster.
Yes.
You go up to 7.
You may go. I'm so happy I drew that land. And it was black. That was good too.
Fiend Hunter. Your token. Pretty sure you can't just pass the turn with your Huntmaster. To try and kill one of my guys. You must have a Thragtusk or another Huntmaster or something in there.
Just need land.
I think the important thing here is to punch through some damage. So we're going to trigger this up. And swing for 4, 5, 6.
I'll block.
Take 4, you're at 3. Go.
You have 1 in here?
Yep.
So block, take 3. I can do that. Huntmaster,
You're at 5.
you may go. Oh wait, my wolf can.
Yeah, your wolf can block.
But it can't trade.
We're going to arrest the wolf. Play another Inquisitor. Trigger.
So I have to block the champion.
Swing.
We're gonna block the champion.
Take 3.
Yep.
You're at 2.
And he has vigilance.
Go.
Oh my god. That land would have been so good. Go ahead.
Not sure what you do here. Combat.
Abrupt hitting.
Yep.
Die. Like,
Falcon.
one land I could have just bonfired. Oh! Did I have 2 life?
You were at 2.
Oh, so I couldn't bonfire. I mean, I couldn't play it.
Alright, well, thank you to D'Angelo for coming out and playing some Magic with me, getting to see a little bit of preview of what Return to Ravnica is going to bring to Standard. You know, a bit about what we can expect at States, maybe. Take a look at these decks, consider them for yourselves, and if there's anything that you like, feel free to mention it in any comments. Always, comments are appreciated, and feedback is appreciated. We just want to try and make an entertaining product for you. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of The Goblin's Cave.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.